Hi, my name is Carly Rousseau, and I graduated with a Master of Social Work from Springfield College in May 2021. I am currently working as a school adjustment counselor in the Springfield Public Schools. I put together this presentation to help with the licensure process. I hope you find it useful. So please keep in mind that this information was current as of April 2022. So please ensure that this information is still accurate for your timeline. And these are based on requirements to work in a public school. I'm not sure of the differences for private or charter schools, so be sure to look into that if that's what you're interested in working in. Within Massachusetts, school social workers are referred to as school adjustment counselors. Different name, but same position, same requirements and job. I did begin applying for adjustment counselor positions in late March, early April of my last semester, and was offered a position the last day of classes, just to give you a little information or a possible timeline. So one part of obtaining this license is passing the MTELS. MTELS stands for Massachusetts Test for Educator Licensure. The only test required for the school social work license is the communications and literacy test, which is comprised of two subtests, reading and writing. You can take these one at a time, or you can take both in one sitting. As of April 2022, the reading subtest is $76 and the writing subtest is $85. I have linked the MTEL website so that you can see if you come to the website, it gives you some information, and then it allows you to select the test that you are interested in. And then it goes into more depth about this test. So it'll tell you the format, the timing of it, the breaks allowed, and then it gives you test dates and test centers. At the bottom, you're able to register. And once you register, you're able to pick the test date and the location that works best for you and your availability. Some other important information is DESE stands for the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education. Now they are who grant the license. ELAR is the Educator Licensure and Renewal. Really though, this is just DESE's portal for online licensure. All your information is stored there and you can see previous licenses and apply for future ones. A MEPID is a Massachusetts Education Personnel ID. So to obtain this, you create an ELAR login. It does ask for some personal information to create the account, like your social security number, your address, information like that. Create a username and password, and then you are assigned a MEPID. So applying for your license, you're gonna have to review and update your profile as needed, and you select the license for which you want to apply. So in this case, it would be an initial school social work, school adjustment counselor license, because you cannot obtain a professional license as your first license. There is a certain amount of experience required for the professional license. You review and sign an affidavit, which is reviewing any criminal history, any involvement as an adult with the child welfare system or protective concerns. And then you're able to confirm and submit your application and you enter the payment. Often schools will hire you contingent hires, but you're not able to be officially hired unless your license is obtained. So there was an emergency licensure option that became something during COVID. It was extended to June 2023. I'm not sure if this requires to just those who already held the license, the emergency license, or if it's still an option to apply for, but it does not require the passing of the MTEL and is valid for 1 year. So if you are short on time, this is definitely something to look into. So the requirements for the initial license and the corresponding documents needed: you must have a bachelor's degree and a transcript to prove that. You have to complete a social worker, school adjustment counselor approved program, which a master's degree in social work or counseling and then your transcript for that as well. You need to complete 900 hours of an internship with at least 450 of these working with children, adolescents, and or families in the school or a school district. And this is, you show proof of this by completing a panel review form, which is completed by your school-based internship mentor. You also need a letter from Springfield College confirming this internship. You also, as said previously, have to pass the communication and literacy skills test, the only MTEL needed for this particular license. MTEL scores are sent out based on the date they were taken. On the website I previously showed you, it lists the test dates and then the time that you will receive your test score. You have to pay a license fee. The initial license fee is $100. It can be paid online with a credit card, or a check money order can be mailed to DESE. You do not need your LCSW for working as a school adjustment counselor. It's always helpful to have, but it's not necessary for this position. So the internship experience letter requirements, they are very particular on the format of this. So I have included the link to the panel review guide, which shows you the formats needed and answers a lot of questions. So feel free to give that a look because it does have a lot of great information. So this letter must be printed on the official letterhead of the professional learning experience provider. It has to have your name and your method, which you get from registering for the ELAR system, and it must be signed by an authorized official. So this is the format they give you. Your name, the method ID, saying how many hours were completed working with children, adolescents, and families. Your mentor's name, their method ID, and their license number, and then the internship dates. This is what mine looked like when it was completed. So it has the school I worked in, the official letterhead, it has the principal's signature, it has my name, my method ID, as well as my mentors and their license number, and also the dates I completed the internship. The other component is the letter from Springfield College. Now, this is very similar to the previous format. And so this is what my completed one looked like. Again, the Springfield College letterhead, my name, my ID number, confirming that I did work at least 450 hours with children, families in a middle school or a school setting, the dates of the internship, my mentor, and their license number as well, and then signed by Dr. Hill. So once your application is submitted, you're going to go into your ELAR system and you will see that your licenses are listed at the bottom. Once you submit it, it'll say ready for review right there in the status column. The applications are reviewed in the order they are received. After reviewing, the status will change to either licensed or pending. If it's pending, there'll be an email with instructions on the remaining requirements needed and how to fulfill those. So licenses are actually virtual, but you can apply for a hard copy if you'd like, but school districts typically don't require hard copies. So I hope that this was helpful. And I wish you the best of luck in your journey in getting the licensure needed to become a school adjustment counselor. Thank you so much.